morning, students. So today I am going to start the chapter number 1 of class 12, financial statement of not-for-profit organization. It's the very easy chapter and important also because 10 marks question will come from this question. One is of 3 marks, another one is of 6 marks, and one more is of 1 marks. So 10 marks question is sure and certain, right, from this chapter. And why is it is easy? Because you have already studied in class 11 also financial statement of profit organization. And here you should have to study the financial statement of not-for-profit organization. First, try to understand what is the meaning of not-for-profit organization. That means the organizations which provide the services to its own member and to the member of the society, to the people of the society. The main aim of these organizations are to provide services to the people. Right? The main aim is not trading. Trading means what? Purchase and sell of the goods to earn the profit. Students, the main aim is not to earn the profit. The main aim is what? Provide services to the people of the society, to its own member, like club, sports club, schools, colleges, hospitals, library, and different types of other organizations which are available in the society. That's why these are called what? Not-for-profit organization. You can call it in short NPO or NTO. NTO means non-trading, where no trading takes place. So students, in this chapter, in the financial statement, 3 things will come. Number 1 is receipts and payment account. The other one is income and expenditure account. And the third one is balance sheet. You had studied in class 11 only balance sheet. Here you should have to prepare 2 balance sheet. One is called opening balance sheet and the other one is called closing balance sheet. So the first one is receipts and payment account, which is just like a cash book. You had also studied in class 11 cash book. In the same manner, here you have to prepare receipts and payment account. You know the nature of cash book, real account. What is the rule of real account? Debit what comes in and credit what goes out. In the same manner, here also we will prepare receipts and payment account. In the debit side, we will not say here debit and credit like cash book. Here we will write receipt and payment. So in the receipt side, we will start it with 2 balance BD, that means cash balance and bank balance. And apart from this, we will write all types of receipts irrespective of date and nature. What is the meaning of irrespective of date and nature? Students, we will write here all types of receipts. All types of receipts means whether it is of revenue receipts or whether it is of capital receipt. And date, whether it belongs with the current year, previous year or coming year. All types of receipts we record here in the receipt side. And in the payment side, we record all types of payment irrespective of date and nature. That means what? Whether it belongs to the current year, previous year or coming year. चाहे हम किसी भी साल का पेमेंट करें या किसी भी साल का रिसीप्ट हो, हमको लिखना है या रिकॉर्ड करना है. This is the main work. That means this is the summary of all cash transaction. जहां कहीं से भी पैसा आया सबको रिसीप्ट साइड में लिख दीजिए, और जहां कहीं भी पैसा गया सबको पेमेंट पे लिख दीजिए। दैट मीन्स आपका काम है क्या, पैसा रिसीव करना और पैसा का पेमेंट करना। कहां से पैसा आया, किस साल का पैसा आया, कैसा पैसा आया, ये आपको देखने का जरूरत नहीं है। जहां से भी पैसा आया, जो भी पैसा आया, जिस साल का भी पैसा आया, आपका ड्यूटी क्या है, सबको रिसीव करना। और जैसा भी पैसा, किसी को भी पैसा देना है, चाहे वो किसी भी ईयर से रिलेटेड है, सबको कहां लिख देना है, आपको पेमेंट साइड। राइट, दिस इज योर ड्यूटी, दिस इज योर work, and you started with opening balance of cash and bank, and at the end of the year you find out what is the closing balance of cash and closing balance of bank. That's why हम लोग कभी कभी कहते हैं ये जो अकाउंट है, रिसीप्ट एंड पेमेंट अकाउंट, जस्ट लाइक अ आयाराम एंड गयाराम अकाउंट। कहां से कैसे आया, यू राइट इट इन द रिसीप्ट साइड, और कहां कितना गया, कैसा गया, किस साल का गया, यू जस्ट राइट इन द पेमेंट साइड। दैट्स ऑल। दिस इज कॉल्ड व्हाट, रिसीप्ट एंड पेमेंट अकाउंट। दैट मींस इट इज अ समरी ऑफ कैश transaction, whether it is related with cash or related with bank. Right, students? So once again, try to understand, receipts and payment account is a cash transactions record, and its nature is what, real account, and the rule of real account is what, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Here instead of debit and credit we write receipts and payment. I will later on discuss what is the nature of the receipts. That means I just told you now whether it is of capital nature and revenue nature. I will discuss with you later on. Just you now at present you try to understand, जैसा भी पैसा आया, जिस भी ईयर से रिलेटेड आया, सबको लिखना है रिसिप्ट में, और जिस भी ईयर का पैसा गया, किसी भी तरह के लोगों को हम पैसा पेमेंट किए, किसी भी कारण के लिए पैसा पेमेंट किए, सबको कहां लिख देना, आपको पेमेंट साइड। बस, दिस इज कॉल्ड व्हाट, रिसीप्ट्स एंड पेमेंट अकाउंट। नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, द अदर अकाउंट व्हिच वी विल प्रिपेयर हियर इज कॉल्ड इनकम एंड एक्सपेंडिचर अकाउंट। Income and expenditure account is just like a profit and loss account, which you had already studied in class 11 while preparing financial statement of profit organization. So income and expenditure account is just like a profit and loss account. Its nature is what? Nominal account. And the rule of nominal account is what? Debit all expenses and losses and credit all incomes and gains. So on this basis, you should have to record all types of revenue payments and expenses of current year only in the expenditure side, that is in the debit side. And in the credit side, which is income side, here you should have to record all types of revenue, receipts and income of current year only. This is the main difference between receipts and payment account and income and expenditure account. What is the main difference? In the expenditure side, you should have to only record the revenue payments, that means revenue nature of expenses of the current year only. And in the income side, you should have to record revenue nature of receipt of current year only. This is the main difference between receipts and payment account and income and expenditure account. I told you earlier also, income and expenditure account is just like a profit and loss account. So we prepare it here to find out what net profit and net loss, right? But here instead of net profit we say surplus, and instead of net loss we call it deficit. That means if the income side is bigger, credit side is bigger than the debit side, it is called surplus. That is excess of income over expenditure is called surplus, and we write it in the debit side. And if excess of expenditure instead of excess of income, right, excess of expenditure over income, it is called deficit. Earlier we call it what? Net loss. So we write here by deficit. Deficit means what, students? Excess of expenditure over income. Is it clear? तो इनकम एंड एक्सपेंडिचर अकाउंट क्या है? जस्ट प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट की तरह है. इसका नेचर क्या है? नॉमिनल अकाउंट. जो भी रेवेन्यू, एक्सपेंसेस और लॉस है जो करंट ईयर से रिलेटेड है, उसको हम कहां लिखेंगे? एक्सपेंडिचर साइड में, डेबिट साइड में. और जो भी रेवेन्यू नेचर का इनकम है, रेवेन्यू नेचर का रिसिप्ट्स है जो करंट ईयर से रिलेटेड है, उसको हम कहां लिखेंगे? क्रेडिट साइड में, इनकम साइड में. और अगर क्रेडिट साइड बढ़ा है डेबिट से, तो इसको कहेंगे सरप्लस, जस्ट लाइक अ नेट प्रॉफिट. और अगर डेबिट साइड बढ़ा है क्रेडिट साइड से, तो इसको बोलेंगे डेफिसिट, जस्ट लाइक अ नेट लॉस. दैट इज excess of expenditure over income is deficit, and excess of income over expenditure is called net loss, or you can say, and you should have to say in this chapter, इस chapter में आपको इसको क्या बोलना पड़ेगा? surplus. Right, students? And as far as balancing is concerned, all of you know क्या asset side में हम assets लिखते हैं और लायबिलिटी साइड में लायबिलिटीज और कैपिटल लिखते हैं. लेकिन यहां पर कैपिटल की जगह पर क्या लिखेंगे? कैपिटल फंड. ठीक है. तो डिटेल्स में एक एक टॉपिक को हम लोग आगे पूछेंगे और आगे पढ़ेंगे भी. कोई डाउट होगा तो आप पूछिएगा. लेकिन बहुत इजी चैप्टर है, इजिली हम इसको बना सकते हैं एग्जाम में और इजिली 10 मार्क्स स्कोर कर सकते हैं. सो बी केयरफुल and do the practice of the whole chapter properly, so you can easily secure 10 marks from this chapter. Well, students, and here few terms are new for all of you that we will discuss in the next class. Thank you very much.